Okay, we can start now. Hope everyone able to see my screen, right? Can you please anyone confirm chat window? Oh, great, great. Thank you. Oh, start on this. So welcome to Full Stack Data Engineering. It's a 34th batch we are introducing right now. So for English. So here what we are going to cover and ANTV is kind of discussion spaces. You have an option to unmute and you can discuss, or you have a chat window to ask all your queries, because it's a kind of we will be providing the detailed information what we are going to cover in this batch. Okay. Fine. So here mostly I'm just going to be provide all the logo icons what we are going to cover it here in detailed manner. So here the Microsoft Azure and Snowflake, Databricks, Google Cloud, Amazon AWS, and some other big data frames. That's all we'll be mentioning it here. This everything we are going to discuss, but we'll be going to split up first for the basic level, and then we'll be going with cloud level. So this is the way we are going to approach it. And what we are going to cover, the all the information I just provide you in this syllabus itself. This is the exact syllabus. Once you scroll down, you can see all the information in detail. Let me introduce one more thing. Mm, So we have an enrollment setup that is also we will be showing you in front of. Then we will be discuss that also in detail. So completely in the backend in on-prem environment will be set up like a cloud environment and do all the practice with them, because cloud will be going to discuss a little bit in the front and completely instant practical. So we cannot make any theories in cloud platform. We will be going everything with practical manner. Okay. Now it's started. So the point, experience will multi-node cluster, which is nothing but we'll be creating a Docker basis and a containerization cluster that you are going to use for your real-time practice. Here, all the ecosystem components will be included. Where only you'll be doing all your development step by step. So this is the environment. Here, all the software will be installed, and you can do the practice in the lifetime. There is no time limit, and it's not paid one. You can do all your development, step by step executions, and here all the notebook will be introduced, and you can use it. Easy to it. So there is the setup cluster. So based on your memories and your RAM and the core basis, it will be designing the memory references, and all your job is going to be reacted on that time. There's the beauty we have designed it. Let's suppose if I suppose to start with any PySpark commands or any other things. You can see it's a real time like a cloud or the environment. It will be allocate the memory and create the resource for your job, and it will be start the functionality. So right now it is an accepted state, and then whatever you will be provided here, right? So all the code is going to be respond back with your environment. As of now, we are introducing with the 3.0 1.2 Spark version, I guess. Yeah, 3.1.2 Spark version. We just introduced it. And Hive will be going with 1000, 2.3.7 Hive. We just introduced it. And Airflow, right? 'It's not started it. Okay. Yeah. So this is 2.8.3, and recent Airflow 3x version also is planning to start. Also Spark with the 4 that we are planning to add it. Additionally, the next content session will be going to include with our Flink and Iceberg also. It's a complete package we are planning to give you for your all your development practice. There's the enrollment. We just make the setup. It's completely free for lifetime. You can use it. So just want to start this and you can start all your development. Here is a kind of plug and play. Here only we will be going to do some on-prem related projects and the component details, everything we are going to discuss here itself. Okay. There are one more advantage and we have created this phones after some more. Any question related to this? Anyone? Any queries? This is mainly using for big data cluster out development, and we can do all further here only. Completely hands-on practice program. Okay, fine. So here itself, we'll be designing this on environment. Here you can provide all your queries. It's a kind of chat limitations. We just enable it. So it's a completely chat GPT interfaces. You can query and you can implement it here. Okay. So multi-node, this is I just showing in front of you just before. The same environment you can start all your development with respect to your big data practice. It make you a real time completely with your development practice. So whenever you're going to start any new project and any interviews, you can confidently say what you are referring here. This is it. So Spark, I just started in chat if you wanted this one. Okay, same like you can start and do all your queries here itself. Okay, like that we can do all your query development here itself. So the cluster size is based on your mm, machine types only. So how much you have a disk spaces and RAM spaces, it will be designed according with your Hadoop cluster, and you can do all your development with them. It's a multi-distributed environment, same like as it is we just designed, and we'll give you a lot of information in detail in our real-time practice classes. This is a kind of we are going to discuss the demo and tell you what we are doing right now, so we cannot go in deep dive. Maybe the commands and hands-on practice we'll be going to discuss each of them in detail manner. Okay, so this is the same like for Hive. So we'll be using Beeline, also Hive shell version to make the development and notebook. So here is available notebook. All your command you can create and you can use it for your future references. And you have space to store all your command. It's in this place itself. So like you can develop a query and you can store it, and whenever required, you can use it again. That's it. So let me going to run the query. Okay, you can see this. You can save it, this notebook, and whenever you require, you can use it. It's a kind of simplification. You can make all the references immediately. We don't want to delay anything. And here the complete course overview, what we are going to cover it. So we just split up this topic into six variations. First, we'll be going to discuss everything with the big data ecosystem level. There you'll get all the informations because it's a basic, so you must know in the detail in the foundations. Once you are clear with the foundation, then only you can go and start your practice with the cloud practice. The cloud and on-premise both are same. Only the differences in cloud, you must know the properties in data. They will be creating the properties in a different way because you cannot do any cluster setups and all. They will be created for you. You just want to set the configuration properties. So such configuration properties you have to adopt and understand what it is. That information you have to feed it. And some additional new feature they will be provided because it's a cloud. They will be making multiple interfaces, so they will be providing some additional features. That's also we are going to discuss in detail. But there is no theory topic. In practical manner, we are going to create the cluster and we'll be discuss each topic what it was. Something like we'll be going to discuss it, and then we'll be doing some hands-on and start with the project level. There is a cloud level, all the cloud. So a big data ecosystem that we are going to discuss. First 20 minutes in theory. After that, we'll be going with practical. Because basic level architecture and deep dive with the features and functionality and some limitations is available. That we must discuss at the beginning. Once you understand, then only the further thing is very easy for you. So that's the reason we just designing like okay in this big data ecosystem. So as usual, you'll be going to discuss with the Hive. So the common basics. So if you understand the Hive in the future, Hive also will helpful for you to understand better for you for that. And Hadoop comments and Hive, all the queries related, we are going to discuss here itself. So here the architecture and metastore, server references, and Hive and Beeline shells, and Swift server, manage tables, external tables, and creating with all the table with the different formats like Avro, Pocket, ORC, JSON, and XML. A lot of things is available. That we are going to see it. And partitioning and partition types and bucketing references and the behavior of the side libraries in the backend and some joins with optimization concept and complex data type with JSON other things that I inform you, right? That we are going to discuss in detail. And performance tuning details we'll be going to discuss it here. And Spark we are going to start it. So Hive once it's over, then we are going to discuss with the Spark ecosystem. Once we discuss the Spark, we will be creating one project in batch level with a combination of Hive and Spark implementation, and we'll do that deployment. So the first level project we are going to discuss. At the time you will be go through with some Spark architecture and already basics, and then we will be immediately switch into data frames. Here we will be spending a lot of time so with the data frame transformation and actions and each of them, how it is behaved and how we are going to create the data frame with JDBC or pocket files or ODBC, something like we'll be going to do all the practices here, completely hands-on program. First one, two, three. This three we are going to discuss is of kind of 10 minutes to 20 minutes. We are going to discuss about architecture level and then everything will go with projects or hands-on practices. Okay. So basics is Hive is important. Once understand the Hive, then we are going to connect and we'll discuss about with our Spark. And some Airflow, while we are trying to make that same environment with uh, Iceberg and the Flink interfaces. Once it's available, those also will be included in that ecosystem syllabus, but not right now. That's we are planning to do some operations. So it's a kind of we are designing that cluster with the adoptions. Everything is working fine, then we will include that. Okay. So these are all the mandatory. Mostly this syllabus we just designed based on interview and project level topics. That's the important. Now, how good we need to be in programming. Programming, it's a basic level is enough because if you understand the code and syntax at runtime, then only you can confidently do that. So while we are going last week also, we just designed the flow with the Python interfaces. How we are going to work with the Python programming. Hope you can recall the sessions that we will be discussed up to concept level. So that will help you a lot while you're going to practice it. The same you're going to implement it. Because whenever we are going to design the flow and we'll discuss the detail in the code level, you must understand what's going on. That's only beauty. You don't worry about it. Just at 4 hours maximum, I'm saying. So if you understand the syntax, then we'll be going to develop all your queries in front of you in the ID platform or our notebook platform only. There itself you will get some confidence. We will not be make any copy and paste it. We will be going to make all keywords and we'll show that the errors because we are also doing the code level, right? At the time we are getting some errors. So how we are debugging in such kind of experience we'll be going to give you. And once we discuss about the batch project and we'll give you some batch references to you, you'll be going to start and work with your team members. There you will get some ideas and do the development yourself. So you'll get the confidence. Don't worry about it. But only thing you have to make that proper confidence and keep on listening our topic. That's very, very important. Don't skip the classes. Previous SQL knowledge is required. Definitely, it will be helpful for you, especially in Hive and Spark queries when you're going to start it. There, the scenario we will be going to meet with SQL, but we will not be used to SQL as it is. Because in interview manner, they will not be asked anything with SQL. They will be going with the data frame API. So that only we are doing here. So data frame API bit different because the code level is completely vary. Maybe I'll show you the previous batch commands. So these are the class notes, what we have discussed. Everything we just provide you. Just try common drive. You can refer it for your future. So here all the commands what we have practiced. Everything. This is a real-time practice class of commands only. I'm just showing you so how it is. So this is completely developed in our environment. This notebook only we just develop it and then we just share it with you. So here you can compare it. Some of the command is close to SQL matrix, but you must understand in the data frame API. This is also data frame API, how to design the flow. Because if you're going to explain everything in SQL, people will not get the confidence while you go for the interview, especially. And while you're making the API development, the code development, they will be doing some checklist with API references only. And syntax completely they are expected with the data frame. Otherwise, they may be going to reject your queries. So these things we are going to discuss later in our live class sessions. Okay. Any other questions? Anybody? You can unmute and ask your queries. So no queries as of now, I guess. Okay. So once Spark is over, so Spark batch project is combined with the Hive and Hadoop references we are going to discuss. The complete batch project is over. Then we are going to discuss the streaming. Streaming we are planning to sync with our Kafka. So Kafka also is available inside the cluster itself. We are going to do the practice with the Spark streaming with the Kafka in the structure streaming program. And we will deep dive with all the submission references with the Spark and Kafka interfaces. And those we are going to design as a project which is real time. So previous one is batch and the next one is a streaming project. This two you are going to discuss with your Spark level. So these are the Kafka topics what we are going to cover. We are going to deep dive entirely in your practical manner. It's not a theory about it. We are going to discuss everything in the practical. So what's happening and also we'll be deciding with the three node cluster. So there you are going to do the practice and the behavior we keep on notable. And Airflow. Airflow, this is a completely latest version. I guess is Airflow we have that introduced up to 2.90, I guess the latest version. This is 2.8.3 because right now it's a stable. So here we will be designing the flow and we will be going to deep dive, discuss everything here. So here you have admin access. You can create the connections and blah blah blah. These are the latest things. So cluster activity is not available in previous version. Recently they have introduced it. You'll be getting all the cluster activity references in detail. Data set and security platform. They will be added some advantages and admin references. Everything is a new here to compare it. Previously, it's not available some of the topics. So data set and cluster activity, these are all not available. Latest Airflow version, they are introduced it. Also, they are planning to go with this Airflow 3. So once they will be finalized it and they will be going to introduce everything with Airflow 3. Also, for us, Spark 4X, they will be planning to release by next year. They already released the pre-release version that we had some hands-on practice. That we will be included in the future also. The future, your cluster setups will be added with this Spark 4 and Airflow 3X version. Okay, so those are the new things. Any questions? Okay. Others? Any queries? Okay, great. So once it is over, then these are also combinations of a big data practice. Almost it will take 2 to 3 months timeline minimum. I'm saying about it. This is we are going to discuss it detail. And once you clear the talk, and we will be planning to start based on your nomination. We are going to start our cloud topics in a earlier 1 hour or later 1 hour, something like we are planning to start as a separate topics. Those who are interested in the cloud level. Because we cannot go everything in the parallel. If suppose we are going to continue everything in parallel, it will take more time. So we'll be going to introduce a class timings. So there we are going to discuss the topics in detail. So everything with the detailed information with the Azure practices or AWS, we are going to start up and will be discussed in detail there. So here is a basic level to advanced level, everything we are going to discuss it. We have a team, so we will be work together. We will have more than 10 years of experience. So we will be going to discuss entering in this topic. So here the Azure as of now, we'll be going to discuss with the blob references on virtual machines and the data lake Gen 1, Gen 2 is available. That's the differences and how we are going to use the data lake in our real-time project development. That's we are going to discuss. And SQL databases, Azure Data Factory, and the synapses. So these are we are going to discuss. And Azure Synapses and Data Factory is a combination of you have the Microsoft Fabric is a new component they will be introducing. We'll be going to combine together and we'll see those real-time references as well. Once all the topics is over, but here there is no theory. Completely we will be start and discuss everything with your practical part. So completely we will be going with so immediately because each topic level we will be going to discuss the detailed properties and hands-on. We are planning as of now because it's already you discussed with the big data platform. So same is available. You have need just a comparisons here what is the additional property or features they will be included. And there is some limitation also there in Azure. Any cloud, they have some limitations. That's also we are trying to discuss. And a little bit when we go with the cost building, how we are going to review it, how we are going to make some alerts. That's we are planning to discuss. And the combinations of other environment like Databricks is available that we are going to connect and fetch the data from our Azure or AWS that storage spaces we are going to occupy there and do some development with this environment. It's a combination. We'll be connect some interfaces between this cloud to other cloud and fetch the data and write the data. These things we are going to do that. There is a plan with your Azure. And everything will go with a deep dive. This is not a theory for completing hands-on problem. So especially data factory and finance analytics, there is a lot of information is available. We can create the SQL code or Spark code to design and fetch the data at runtime. And the data factory, we can create multiple transformers and some pipelines is available that we can design it. And we are going to run. And the cost efficiency, what's the difference between the Synapse and the data factory, everything we are going to see in the practical. So don't worry about it. We can take one project and we'll execute with the data factory and the similar same project, how if we are supposed to use with Synapse Analytics, what is the behavior and what is the cost efficiency? This is how we are going to see some metric and then we will be going to discuss in detail. Okay, this is the plan with Azure. Any queries? Okay, great. Others? Good so far. Others, any queries? Uh, So next, AWS topics. So AWS also will be going to discuss everything that's in practical, no theory part. Some of the it's mostly practical. We don't want to waste our time with the theory. It's a bit boring here to be frank and say. So we're going to start at the S3 bucket, easy to instances. Everything we are going to create in front of you and discuss all the topics in properties level with you. And then Kinesis, Blue ETL, Athena, and Elastic Map, CMR and DynamoDB. These are we are planning to add it and we'll discuss in detail here. So this what is the feature and when we are going to use it with a different layer. That's we are going to use it and when we can do the development with IDE basis and how we are going to run this code here. Because Glue it is like a no code platform, but we can use without coding also our own coding. So how to create the coding and how we are going to implement in our uh, Glue ETL at runtime. These are we are going to discuss it because some of the customized option directly not possible, but through coding is possible. So we'll be creating the code, all the code with our PyCharm or VS Code or Spider IDE. Those we are going to deploy it here and we can run it accordingly. This is the plan. Okay. So any queries in this? Oh, fine. Third thing, GCP, Google Cloud Platform. So Cloud also, we just discussed about GCS bucket and the compute engine, BigQuery combinations with the synthesizations and building related references is available and some functional is available that we are going to discuss and PubSub libraries and Cloud Composer. Cloud Composer is like Airflow, how we have to design and run it, those and we're going to discuss it. And Bigtable is a kind of SQL development, we are going to use it. So we are going to see some demo with them and Apache Beam is a tool is available that we are going to use it and do some development. Those how we are going to efficiently use our data flows. So GCP have a data flows or services available. There we are planning to go with Beam commands because data flow is going to be a React based on your Spark and Flink runners. So we are planning to see some example with them. As of now, we cannot go with the Flink, but later in the future, we are trying to add the Flink also. So both you are going to see the demo with the Dataflow API. So Apache Beam is a top wrapper. It's going to be run your Spark runner or Flink runner at runtime and deploy your job accordingly. Both is going to be help for real-time and batch combination. So the same we are going to discuss here in detail. There's the plan. Okay. Yeah. So this is mandatory for you whoever is interested in go with the Google Cloud Platform. These are also mandatory for your data engineering development. All things has to be covered here. Don't worry about it. Any questions so far? Are you getting echo? Okay.
No.
Good. Yeah, so that. Any queries?
No, everything's good. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So next cloud is Snowflake. Snowflake, we are going to discuss the basic Snowflake architecture. If you understand the BigQuery, this is similar to them, but this is separate because most of the people nowadays, mostly the people are focusing on the Snowflake, how it is behaved. That's we are going to discuss. Let's know SQL and internal stages and external stages. We'll be going to design and fetch data. Some steep pipelines and views we can create and the snow pipe and snow park is a kind of concept is available, which is nothing but how you're going to adapt with your Spark development. Such things we are going to discuss and time travel in progress. So this is a common layer and mostly this is very, very useful overall in SQL. Because whoever else doing the practice with SQL, it's easy to adopt it. There is no much in programming API. This is a completely in SQL API only you're going to use it. So it's very friendly and familiar for you. These are the mandatory whoever is interested to go with some certification in Snowflake level. So kind of Snow Pro something certification is available. Whoever is interested, this is a mandatory. If you understand, then you can easily adapt and you can clear your certification. These informations we are going to discuss. Also, here no theory. So architecture, the first 2 points, right? So Snowflake in that basic use that interface, how it is React and the architecture references. These are also kind of theory part. And then SnowSQL also is not the theory, it's a direct command practice. We are going to do that because it's the same like in real time. We are going to do that. So rest everything will go with the practical hands-on. And we are going to see some sample project demo with the Snowflake environment. How we are going to automation our project and fetch data and read and write this probability, how we can achieve the snow pipe or snow path preferences. So these are all we are planning to discuss in project. Okay. Any queries? Okay. Great. Others, any queries? Okay. Good then. And then Databricks. Databricks, as it is, we are going to discuss that magic functions and Databricks have own some internal commands is available that we are going to discuss. And then we'll be going to create a cluster with a workflow level or job level that we are going to discuss. And integration with Azure or AWS, how we are going to read the data through Databricks to the other cloud services and we'll be going to make some commands and code practice, right? Real time how we are going to do that. So we can create a workspace and we can create some SQL basis, some cluster we can create. So everything we are going to do the practice at runtime. And some delta live table, overall some knowledge about medallion architecture that we are going to discuss deep dive in this Databricks itself. How we can create the layer and how we are going to make the data in the proper structure accumulations, everything we are going to discuss together here. And finally, we are planning to discuss with the scheduling the jobs. So at runtime, how we have to schedule and each job, how it is behave, that we are going to see some practical manner here. And finally, everything will be combinations. We will design some projects that we will be going to see the outcome and confine. Okay, so these are all the planning for your all your Databricks topics. Okay, any queries? Overall, is comfort with a Spark Databricks is very easy for you because the commands and APIs close to that Spark. Some of the small changes available, some additional commands available in the magic function level in Databricks that we are planning to discuss in deep dive here. Got it? Do you have any questions? Okay. So these are the syllabus we just designed. We just give you the syllabus in front of you, so nothing will be missing here. We are going to discuss overall all the topic. If suppose you are going to choose and discuss in the full stack data engineering, I can give you 5 to 6 months timeline because it's a large, vast topic. We cannot complete on time immediately, and it's not a correct way. We have to discuss everything in the hands-on practice. So minimum duration timeline 5 to 6 months it will take to cover all the topics. So you have to focus it. Each topic will be vary. Like a Databricks will cover for 1 to 1.5 months, and the Azure will cover for 1.5 months. Something like it will be vary. The combinations will be go up to 5 to 6 months. And if you have a two time schedules is available. You maybe go with one topic in the morning time and one topic in the evening time, or after 1 hour or before 1 hour, or your normal time sessions. Based on your comfort and convenience, we are planning to design separately, and that we are planning to discuss with you. Okay, as of now, weekend, but based on your nominations and all, we are planning to go with weekdays also, every day 1 hour basis. So everything will not be designed accordingly. So based on your nominations, how much nomination is available and how we are going to split up the batches, that's we are planning. So each batch maximum 30 members we are going to include. We cannot go more than that. If suppose if it is reached more than 30, then we will be create a separate batch for them and we will be going to discuss because the quality is very important and each of them how we are going to react. That's we are planning to keep on monitor with you. So this is our plan as of now. Almost successfully 33 batches we just completed. This is the 34th batch we are planning to introduce it. And we have almost 10 plus years and the project level 30 batches we have experience how the people behavior. These are we will be keep on monitor it and do that. Okay, this is our plan. Any other queries? And materials, you will get everything in the cloud level and all the topics will be designed and where is it? Yeah. Yeah. So there is a sample material what we are going to review. So that all the codes, the notebook codes, commands and project, some of the sample commands, everything we will give you. Also the class recording. Every day what we are discussed, this is the class recording we will be sharing with you. That's we are planning to discuss with in detail. And some references and class notes, things we are going to design some architecture that right that we will going to share with you. And you will get one more common drive access. There the common details like the cluster information and some library. These are you get it that you are planning to discuss it. Here you can see. So common drive. Here only the cluster setup will be give you some sample resumes and the other recording classes. So some old topic which is retired right now, we want to discuss something, then those information will give you for your future references. Some of them still in legacy, they will not be going deep dive. So those information will give you here. Some library, some ebooks, everything we just told here. You can use your practice in here. Okay. So there is a plan and budget as of now. So for cost, we will discuss. Don't worry. That is also we have to provide you in all the information. So don't worry about it. Anything else about that? So there's a practice environment, upgraded VM. Whenever this VM is expired, we have license basis. So this is completely SSL certificate is installed. So every 1 year once it's going to be expired. So we'll be creating new VM and share with you with the latest software. That's the plan. So every time we are going to create a new cluster and we will give you for your lifetime free practices that we'll be doing it. And some related interview questions that will be giving you. So all the tips and tricks will be discussed in the class itself, and some of them will be go with some resume preparation, interview preparation that we will be going to discuss in separate topics. And any upcoming new tools is introduced that you want to learn it as a old student in the future. That is, we will give you with the limited charges. Uh, because we cannot assure this is the only thing we are going to use it. Later, they will be going to introduce new software or new programming with the data engine. They are going to be introduce it. While you are an old batch member, then you have some very limited, only 25% you have to pay and join the batch. Like that, we are planning it. You have to keep on upskill your knowledge in the future. We also will help you to join with you. Don't worry about it. So this is the syllabus agenda. As of now, we just discussed. Any queries with respect to syllabus, just let me know. We'll be discussed further, and I'll give you the fee structure and other information. And you'll get the recording and you'll be keep on monitor with your private batch group. You'll be create separate WhatsApp group for each batch members and we'll give you the access and you can raise your queries and all your assignments keep on monitor in your private batch group. So we will be creating multiple batch groups and whoever is interested in the because we based on your streams and branches will be keep on monitor within there. So don't worry about it. This is a kind of your friendly environment. Wherever you're stuck, you can raise your queries and immediately our trainers or we are going to help you to how to solve that. That's why we are going to discuss in separate. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So as of now, we just discussed deep dive all the syllabus. Tomorrow, the same time, we are planning to start with our project demo session, actual session, how it is going. That's we are planning to discuss. So those who are interested, just join and listen it after 2 to 3 classes. Then you can confirm and you will be feel comfort. I guess I hope so. Once you get this one, then you can pay your payment. Until it's not required, and you can go with the two mode of payment options. Okay. Any question as of now, guys? Okay. As of now, if no questions, then we'll discuss other things.